I just
That's
interviewed
the thing.
Katie. She's awesome. I love her so much.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Her
got to
story.
meet her. And Robin, you got to meet her too at
Yes.
Hack Your Health.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
know,
So you
jealous.
guys, Brett made steaks for us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So
Mm.
good. I'm still like remembering the taste of those steaks. They were so good. Steaks and burgers. We appreciate
yeah.
you.
Did you dry brine them?
No, we just had them in the fridge, pulled them out, threw them on the grill. Um, and for the most part, we didn't even really season them very much.
They were good.
They just got a nice little smoke on Ashley's Traeger grill that he brought down, and then we went out and bought a little charcoal grill so we could charcoal grill some steaks too. We just made them on that.
Great. I mean,
And
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be difficult.
Right.
no, you just have to not burn them and cook them when you get it to just that right internal temperature, and pull it off and then let it rest. Put a little salt, a little butter, and then it's just fabulous.
Now, tell me, how much of a memorable meal is it the company?
Well, yeah, that's a big part of it. Be-
Right.
Being with the Healing Humanity crew was fabulous. I mean, most of them were not there when we were there. But, for the ones that were, it was absolutely incredible. It's just great to be with Carrie and Adam and Emma and
Mm-hmm.
Katie. It was fantastic. It was just a great, great experience. Of course, G. Brown and her husband Frederick were there,
Mhm.
and Brett was there. So it was
Did you get
really
to
cool.
Did you get to talk to Todd Bachnes while you were there?
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Briefly, he was not there at the house when we came, but I saw him at Hack Your Health.
Oh,
So
okay, good.
to talk to him there. And then of course at the dinner, at the big was it Fogo? No, it wasn't Fogo de Chao. It was another place that we went for the big meat fest.
Yeah, it was a place like that. One of
Yeah,
those Mongolian, or not Mongolian, one of those Brazilian
Brazilian
steakhouse.
house. Yeah.
They bring the meat around and cut
So
it up for everybody.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was fantastic. Yeah, Todd's really cool. Lindy's everybody is just so cool. It's really really awesome to meet folks in person. I love it.
Yeah,
And
Lindy's
I was
daughter was great.
oh,
Hmm.
She was
and
really
she was
nice.
quite good at decorating and setting tables. So to put in the finishing touches, I noticed that. I tried to watch, I binge watched and lived vicariously through many of your videos, right? And I was super surprised at Bella, how tall she is.
Yes, she's tall. Yeah.
Right.
She is tall. They
And
say
then
she's 5'10", but I think she's taller than that. But
heels, brother, heels.
yeah, she had some heels on. She
Uh-huh.
was wearing like cowboy boots and had some heels. But yeah, I was like looking up at her a lot. Dr. Chafee's tall too.
Yep.
Yep.
Um, and um,
Dr. Baker.
Dr.
Tall.
Baker, yeah, he's pretty
He's a
tall.
giant.
I would have loved to have been in a picture with the two of them because I'm about 6'5", or I'm a little over 6'5". You know what I mean? And like that would have been pretty interesting. But I weigh more than Dr. Baker, so I don't know if Carrie and them would have been able to pick me up. But you'd probably have to have an EMT on site.
Oh my God. Hilarious.
So that was awesome. I'd like to say, and in my heart, I was like, I want to go next year,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know what next year holds. I didn't plan on going back into the workforce like I did, and so here I am, and that puts a real cramp on my retirement schedule. I'll tell you that much. But
Ah. I heard you. I was driving, but I heard you saying that you went back to work. What's up with that?
well, in full disclosure and honesty, I don't think retirement is all that they cracked it up to be.
Mm,
Right? I mean, I'm blessed. I'm okay to be able to pay my bills and put food on the table, and I can do retirement. But one of the big challenges in retirement for all y'all people getting ready to retire, thinking about it, I want you to do this in your relationships. You live your life at a certain pace, right? And if you have a wife and you have kids and you divide that pie up and you're able to live your life. So that life you live with your partner, right, has a certain pressure. Like, you're trying to put 10 pounds of sausage in a 5-pound sleeve, right? Because you're trying to cram in your relationship time, morning, late at night, some on the weekends. Kids get older, kids move. You're going to get a little more time in the evening, a little more time on the weekends. But then by that time, you're mid to late career with your job. So now you're running things. You're not working, 40 hours. You're working 60 hours a week. You're doing the things you need to do. So again, that pressure stays pretty constant, albeit for different reasons. You go to retirement. Now you've just opened the pipe 3 times as big, 4 times as big. Now you have 16 hours a day. And one of you, I don't know which one it's going to be, the alpha one, the go-getter, the FOMO one, the one fear of missing out one, the one who gets things done, the one who wants everything cleaned up and done up, the one who keeps you on a schedule. That one wants to live at the same pressure, but you can't do it, And that was really, really hard. Now, my wife, I love her. She's everything to me. But this is the same woman who jumped out of perfectly good airplanes in the military, And she bore 3 children, and she's been around and done all these wonderful things. She's super, super, super alpha in some ways, and tough. But she wants her hubby time. Well, honey, you've had all day. I mean, and I'm sedentary. This is the poster boy for sedentary, right? So that retirement is a little bit more of a challenge than I think more people are prepared for. And it is about hobbies. It is about feeling value. It's just like you're used to living at a certain pressure, and then you hit the silk and you're coasting, and there's just not enough to do. You end up dying. I mean, you end up stressing yourself out. So anyway, I went and got a job. It was easy. All I had to do was say I had a heartbeat. I'm working right in what I did in the military. I know the people. It's funny. I go to meetings on the phone, of course. I get to work from home. I go to meetings and I hear people's names. I remember when they were lieutenant and sergeant and whatever, junior. And I remember them when I retired 20 years ago. So I'm working with the same people doing sort of the same thing. So it's kind of a full circle.
Yeah.
And I like it.
That's good.
So it's something to do. I'm only going to do it for about a year, and then I'll try retiring again.
Okay.
Well, the next Hack Your Health is in September.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a little more than a year away.
Right.
I think it's going to be like in Florida, right?
Yes.
Tampa.
Yeah. I don't know how far Tampa is from Huntsville, but it can't be too far. I think it's not too far. Probably an 8-hour drive, 9-hour drive. Because I don't like getting on them little tiny planes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's doable.
Yeah. So what's up? What's some things? What are some what do you call it? Non-scale victories and things in y'all's life as far as doing the whole carnivore thing? What's been going on with you, Robin?
So I started a challenge for the month of July. And it really has to do with trying to initiate weight loss mode. So I've been on carnivore for almost a year and a half now. I've lost about 2 pounds overall, but I'm like, okay, so I need to tweak something because I feel like I should be losing some more weight. And so for this month, I'm doing like a sea lion type of diet plus bacon, just a couple,
Okay. Sure.
like not a lot. I'm doing some intermittent fasting. I'm doing a couple of lean days a week because I'm trying to reduce my overall consumption without really counting calories. I don't want to do
Sure.
calorie counting and all that stuff. So I figured out, okay, so if I eat 2 cans of sardines and a pound of ground beef, this is how much that is. It's about 850 calories. So I could eat that every lean day. I'm doing some OMADs. And so I'm just trying to reduce my overall consumption because I eat a lot. I like to eat a lot of food. You know, when they say
Mhm.
comfortably stuff, I can eat a lot of food. And, you know, so I'm like wondering, am I eating too much? So I'm doing this experiment for the month of July to see, is it that I'm eating too much? Also incorporating the morning sunlight walking with Ed at Carnivorous Dude. So he's doing this morning walking into the sunrise, and so I'm doing that. I'm doing some Pilates with the Meat Sisters and Facebook group. It's like an arm flab workout, so Pilates, and so just incorporating some additional exercise and trying to see, can I lose any weight? Feels like I should be able to lose some more weight. So that's what I'm working on for the month of July.
So do you do any food journaling then?
Yes. Yes, I am doing food journaling. I really don't
Okay.
like it because I was very, very obsessive about food for my whole life until I went on carnivore. When
Mhm.
I lost those totally obsessive thoughts and, kind of had more of a normal, what I would call a normal relationship with food where I wasn't completely, totally obsessed with like, what am I going to be eating? And, all this kind of thing. So I'm not a huge fan of journaling because it puts me in that same headspace in a way of having to constantly think about what did I eat and all that stuff. But I am doing it. I've been doing it for the last month, and now I'm doing it for the month of July just to see. I want to make sure that I'm tracking what I'm eating, and particularly when I'm doing 2 lean days a week, I want to make sure that I'm actually in what I'm calling a lean mode.
Do you do that with your sleep too?
With my sleep, track
Yeah.
and journal my sleep.
Yeah.
So I don't journal my sleep. I have this Apple
Oh, yeah.
Watch,
Mhm.
and it tracks my sleep, and my sleep is poor.
Well,
It's
there might be
yeah.
they were doing it because poor sleep
Mm,
lead to higher stress hormones, which then can lead to, all the ills we all know about that what do they like to say, the waterfall effect there. Um, so I don't know. I know that I was really bad with my sleep hygiene, I think they call it. And of course, having sleep apnea doesn't help either. But
mm,
the idea being is, I mean, if you're cognizant of what you're putting in your pie hole, if you're doing physical stuff, and all that, then the thing is the environmental factor, the stress. Dr. Ben Bickman says, that
mhm.
environmental stuff is what you need to kind of look at and de-stress, and maybe that would
Yeah.
help. But the walking and the grounding and the good eating and you've got your faith and you've got your family, but man, maybe you can find a way to, I don't know, winnow out the stressors.
So one thing that I'm doing is I am trying to put away my phone when I go to bed at night because I will wake up and I will be thinking about my YouTube channel. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and start working on a video, or oh my goodness, I forgot to make my video public. So, all those things, those kind of thoughts that come in the middle of the night. If the phone is not close to me, I won't get up and go get it. But if it's close to me, I'll get on it and I'll start looking at the scrolling and stuff like that at night. And so I'm trying to put the phone away from me at nighttime so that I can actually just sleep. And I find myself waking up thinking about getting on the phone, but if it's not by me, I won't get up and get it. I'll just go back to sleep. So that's one thing that's problematic for me is having the phone near me when I'm sleeping.
Well, not that you asked me, but I'm going to give you unsolicited advice. It's what I'm known for. Um, no, I was thinking about make a checklist about your website and everything. And then at 7 o'clock at night, or pick a time, 8 o'clock at night, go down your checklist. Did I publish? Did I respond? If you make a little 5-point checklist, and then if you can sit there, I did it, and then put a thing by the bed to say I've done it, you can in not just emotionally, but that intellectual part and the part that wants to be a great YouTuber, right? So you might be able to find yourself, because I know that the wife used to do this, and she would check the doors and check the doors and check the doors. I said, we can't develop this. We can't be doing this. I've got guns, we've got dogs, and I check the doors. But let's go to bed. Let's get some sleep. So I don't know. How about you, Brett?
Oh, everything's going pretty good here. I just got off with another channel. We did a little interview, and I saw you guys here, and we got done with that, and I thought I'd jump in and say hi to you guys. And I don't know, got lots of stuff going on around here. I got a meetup coming up August 4th. I joined the Steak and Butter Gang. I got a video I'm working on doing that. I'm in my second month on that. I got my little calendar here. I don't know if you can see it.
There.
Little calendar that I'm doing with them.
Cool.
Getting into the priming and intermittent fasting, and 1 meal a day, then 2 meals a day. And then they have a whole, structure that we're going through. And so far, so good. I feel really good. I think I feel probably better than I have in a couple months. I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on it. I just feel more, I don't know, focused, more something. I feel more something. So
more goodness, right? I mean,
yeah. I guess that's
was thinking about that earlier. I was talking, maybe you heard me, Robin, but I was saying something to the effect of all of us who come across this space. I don't know why you're here. I don't know what brought you here to Carnivore, but we all know somewhere or another that our degree of goodness isn't where we want it to be, whether it's a physical thing or some medical condition, right? So I think we're all capable of understanding that we don't feel good. We don't feel right. What we're going to do, how we're going to do it. Can I stay? I was talking to a physical therapist today. And when I'm around people who are in the medical field, and Johnny, if you're still here, you might understand this. You tend to want to use your knowledge, so I'm talking anatomy and physiology about things, about shoulders and whatever else. And I said, see, I know all this stuff. It's all in the head. And my heart wants it, but the connection is broken, and that idea about the success you're looking for will be found in the work you're not doing, right? And so it goes like this. We know we're sick.
Say that one more time.
The success you're looking for will be found in the work you're avoiding or not doing.
That's deep.
Mm-hmm. That's I didn't come up with that. Don't quote me as being the one, but I really like that one, because there are times when I sit there and go, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. And like the other night before last, I was prowling around the house. My wife was getting ready to go on the road. It'd been a long day, and I wanted something sweet to eat. And I said, no, not going to do it. Not going to do it. And I didn't. But then I said, now I want to drink. I want to get a bottle of wine and drink a bottle of wine. And no, I'm not going to do that. Right. But I went to bed kind of frustrated, but I told myself, but you're going to feel so much better in the morning. And so I guess it's kind of like I've been investing in this bank, and I had to make a withdrawal. And that withdrawal was how good I know I'll feel, how I know how bad I won't feel. To get the motivation, I had to take that withdrawal out, to say, I'm gonna get by that, But sounds like you two are keeping busy. I know I want to come up to your meetup in on the 4th, but that's still iffy for me, because I'm juggling a couple of things here. But I really liked. I got a chance to meet Gigi and a bunch of people down at Kips. And I know you couldn't make it, Brett. But man, oh man, I want to meet some more carnivores, and I want to I want to draw off of it. You know what I mean? You guys must be just absolutely still pumped from Hack Your Health.
Yeah. Yes.
It was a big boost. It was, I mean, if you went in it kind of low, you came out of it supercharged. I mean, I came out of it and I scheduled a meetup. So I'm like, want to do this, got to do this again. And I had one meetup, and this is going to be my second one coming up in August 4th. Having it at a park. It's going to be a bring your own meat. This place I rented, I got it reserved, holds 100 people. It's got 2 built-in grills. It's right on the water on this beautiful lake. There's a playground for the kids. There's like a volleyball pit, and there's walking trails, and there's a little beach you can go to, and there's fishing, and there's even like frisbee golf and all kinds of stuff at this park. And I've already had, I think I got 20 some people already RSVP for it. So really looking forward to that. And I'm bringing the charcoal. I'm bringing bottled water, all the utensils. All you got to do is bring your meat and side dishes. And if you want to bring a side of some kind, and
meat on meat. That's all.
We're going to be there all day. It's not going to be a 2-hour thing. It's going to be, we're going to get there probably at 11. It officially starts around noon, and then it'll go until dusk when the park closes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll be there as long as people want to hang out. And it's free. No charge. It's all on me. Except for, bringing your own meat. So.
Yeah. I'm going to have to chat with the man upstairs, my husband.
Would love to have you there, Robin, if you can make it down from Kalamazoo.
Yes. It's so close, It's like, come on.
Yeah, 2-3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
Probably
about
3.
a 7-hour, I think a 7-hour drive for me to get up there. Now, Brett, is this location North Indianapolis, south, east, or west?
It's just on the north side of Indianapolis. Yeah.
Okay.
Up in Noblesville is the town that it's in.
Okay. Well, again, I want to go so bad. I want to meet more people. I want to be that like a lamprey and just latch on, you know what I mean, and capture some of that success, because nothing. Well, they tell you hang out, associate with people you want to be like, right? And you want to. All those self-help gurus tell you that, right? When we tell our children, show me who you hang around, I'll show you how you're going to be in 15, 20 years, right? You need to change your friends sometimes, right? That feeling you get in the military, in the Air Force, we call it when you had to go to a school, we've got to go to a military school, and we call it re-bluing, right? Or if you're Army, maybe re-greening, I don't know, but it's just the idea about you go back to get excited about your why, and you get around people. And my mind is boggled about how you contain yourself when you're around Limitless Lindy or Todd Bachnes. I mean, with everything they've done, or you're around the doctors and Dr. Ovadia, and I'm at a loss for the words. Dr. Kills, and that guy wound.
Amazing. I love Kills so much. He's fantastic. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm having Dr. Kiltz on my channel July 31st.
Nice.
5 o'clock.
Man.
He'll be in the meat locker.
Nice.
That's nice. I got to do some more work on the old channel. I'm not gonna say I've been neglectful of it, but again, the JOB, but I have had some really cool successes here lately. You probably have all heard it, but I got some really good news on my liver. So for 3 years, the VA, everybody had diagnosed me with portal vein hypertension, which is no bueno, and a muy no bueno. And this last time they said, no, we don't see that anymore. We don't know what you're doing, but
congratulations.
Yeah, but they did though. They went, but for parting gift, we're gonna give you cirrhosis.
Oh.
And I was like, seriously? Well, I talked to the hepatologist, and you got to say that word correctly because if you add an R in there, you go herpetologist, and they get upset when you call them a herpy. Um, the reptilian doctor. But anyway, she looked at everything and she said, I think we got to do a couple more tests. And I think what you have is an image diagnosis. So, in other words, what she says, if my liver has a little bit of a cellulitis type of look,
Mm-hmm.
and if you think about it, if you fill a bladder up, a balloon up with nice tallow, it'll inflate evenly, right? But when you lose, no, we don't spot lose our fat. And so when you start losing that fat, you start getting like a lumpy appearance because the liver's in a state of flux. My flux capacitor, it's looking pretty rough. But they looked at it, and there's some areas that didn't have any fat at all,
Okay, that's great.
which is an indication that I had tumors and maybe liver cancer. So they took more blood, did more things, and no, you don't have no liver cancer. You don't have liver tumors. You just have a splotchy liver. And it made me think, I don't think these doctors, by and large, are used to seeing a body get healthy. See, I had a baseline of no health, and now
Right.
it's changing. So it's got to be changing for the worse. You got to have cancer. No, I don't have cancer. Get away from me. Go away. Don't mention those words. So the liver doc was real happy. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm staying. And my wife, who has been very supportive, reluctantly, she like, no, you staying on that now. You are staying on this. And I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's healing your body. What are you gonna do?
That's right. That's right. That's right. So catch up a couple of comments here. What do we have? Lisa C, meet you, Miami, but you didn't have. Oh, yep. Yeah, hard to say.
Lisa is from Indiana. She's going to be at my meetup. She's actually kind of my right hand lady,
Nice.
taking care of some of the coordination of things, and she's bringing a couple extra grills for people to use. And she helped out a lot at the last meetup and helped us get a lot of stuff for giveaways and stuff, which we're not going to have giveaways this time, but yeah, that's who Lisa C is. She's
I remember watching
she's a good friend.
I remember watching your after party or your video afterwards about it and part of your live. Yeah.
Nice.
And then
And one of these days, she lives out in the country and she has chickens and has her, she has her own, gets eggs and gets duck eggs and all that. And I'm going to have to get over there down to her place and do a little video with her so she can show off her chicken eggs and duck eggs and how she runs everything.
yeah, I'm going to tell you what.
An interesting video.
If I show up anywhere and someone has duck eggs, I'm paid for them too, but I'm eternally grateful because we have a lady here who does some duck eggs, and my wife, she do a Bible study over there, and my wife bought them because my wife knows I'm wanting to do all these egg things, right? She brought the duck eggs in, and they're a little more leathery and they're bigger, and they have twice as much goodness as a regular egg. And I cracked that egg, and I'm gonna tell you what, the egg white cooked up a little firmer. So it's a little more of a firm egg white. That's why they like to bake with it. But that yolk, that yolk is awesome.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's very rich.
Yes.
It has a slightly thicker consistency, and it's very rich. Really, really tasty. Really good. Okay.
Congratulations, Rick, on 17 years on YouTube.
That's amazing. Wow.
I didn't even know it had been invented 17 years ago.
He was there from the beginning.
Very beginning, obviously.
Man, that's awesome. So duck eggs are phenomenal. But I did not know the lady moved to have a whole working ranch. Cow. I bought a cow from her. You might have heard, Brett. I went on contract. I bought a baby calf.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. It's so cute in my freezer. What I did is I copied my dad's format, and he did it back in the 70s because he was mad at the pork prices back then. But what we would do, we'd buy piglets, raise them up, and then do the processing ourselves. And we had a group of us. And what happened is my dad would pay the money for the piglets. Another guy had a farmlet that he'd take care of them. And then another guy who had nothing, but he could help, a young man family, he'd help us on a day of processing. And then we each get our pig, right? And we got a lot cheaper. So I said, hey, look, dude, let me buy one of your calves. You raise it, and then we'll take it to your butcher and do that. So how much is that going to cost me? And he says, well, the calf's going to cost you $500.
Wow.
Well, wait a minute. To room and board for almost 2 years, $200.
Wow.
It don't cost much to feed a cow to make it big.
Apparently
They do
not.
mainly grass, so get some grain here and there. And then it's about $500, give or take, plus or minus, to run it into the meat locker, right? So $1,200 will buy me the. What's that?
That's amazing.
Yes, and he thought it was amazing too, because as a farmer, he didn't pay out of a pocket for a calf. He doesn't know when he's going to take it to market. He got room and board up front, right? And he's like, there's money in my pocket. And so I think he'll be selling more that way. The breed is one that come to fruition in about 2 years. And I'll get a yield of 450 to 500 pounds, maybe on the hoof to what you get in the freezer, big difference.
Right.
But I'll get all the organs I want. I get all the bones I want. I get all the fat, and I sold half of it to 2 other people. So by the time they pay their portion of it, I've already paid all mine. I'm done paying.
Wow.
So,
fantastic.
It'd be about $3 a pound.
Yep.
Amazing.
I think
I just did a little calculation. If you get 500 pounds, that's $250 a pound.
Right. So I was like, and I'm gonna tell them, you could take most of the meat. I don't really care about roast, but I did some today. I was a bad boy, but I don't really care too much about roast. So give me the steaks we all know about. Give me the ribs. Give me the loin. Burgers. I can do burger, right? But today I took a chuck roast.
That's what I brought to my dad.
I took a 3-pound chuck roast and I put it in my Ninja grill. Oh my. It's a lot different than when you put it into, because I put a lot of roast in a slow crock pot. And you know what you get then? You get mush, And I put this thing in there. I was like, that's a Fred Flintstone steak that covered up my plate. I was like, I'm gonna try to eat this whole thing. You know that I'm gonna be hurting status when I get done.
Wow, that sounds good.
Yeah, I had a really great chuck roast one time. I got a sous vide, and I sous vide the chuck roast, and then I got my grill real hot, and then I seared it off, and then ate it like a steak. Actually,
well,
me and my mom and my wife ate it like a steak. It was big.
I made it some bone broth. I got some flank steaks I bought on sale and put them in the freezer. So I ate those up, and I took the bones and some of the meat, and 16 hours later I had bone broth, right? So I had 3 cups of bone broth, 3 pounds of pot roast, and 3 eggs. And I drink the yolk, or use the yolk like a gravy. And then the egg whites, I decided, what am I going to do with the egg whites? And I decided to have an epic fail. I have never made egg drop soup.
Oh, yum.
And I don't think I still know how, because I poured the egg white in, and it went in a little bit, and then boom. And then a little bit, and boom. So I had boiled egg in my bone broth, and I just broke it up, and then I ate it up. But the point being is, I need to up my game on making egg drop soup. But Lisa, what I'm gonna do with that fat? Here's what I'm gonna do with that fat. I'm gonna render that fat. I'm gonna make some lotion. I'm gonna send a bunch of it to my cousin because she makes soap, and then I'm gonna make some soap out of it. And then I don't know, but I'm gonna eat me some fat, make me some rendered fat. I'll eat some fat. Yeah, all the good things. That's what I'll do with it, Lisa.
Yeah, speaking of the making tallow soap and beauty products and stuff, I've been using this tallow um, lotion on me. Carrie's daughter Emma makes this whipped tallow. She's
Mhm.
gonna, I think she's gonna start making it and selling it. But she
Nice.
gave me it at Hack Your Health. She brought me a thing of it to try, and I've been using the crap out of it. It's fantastic. Put it on my skin. My skin feels really great. I even put like a little bit in my hair, and it gives me a little texture there.
Oh,
Sorry,
you over
Scott.
there glowing,
Sorry,
Brett.
Scott. I'm showing off, you know, a little bit
You're
there,
glowing.
buddy.
Nice.
But yeah, man, it just the tallow lotion, skin cream, man, it just makes my skin feel great. You
Mhm.
know, and the other stuff I was using, the chemically stuff, you know, you take a shower, you put some on, and like the next day, my skin's already getting ashy and flaky and stuff, and with the tallow, it looks great all the time. It doesn't get dry.
Yeah,
So
I made
I
some
really
up
like it.
myself. I made some up myself a couple years ago, and I tell you what, when you put it on, let's say like I don't know about your house, okay? So okay, just by a show of hands, who does dishes in the dishwasher at home more often than not? Which of you two, dishwasher or hands?
Dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
Okay,
No,
I'm a hand.
mixed,
I do
mixed.
it by hands. I love washing dishes. It's almost like a thing. And so I made some of this lotion. I put on my hands. I don't care. I don't care if my hands are not pretty or not soft. I don't care. But uh, I put some lotion on my hands because I'm making it for some coworkers. And I want to make sure it was working. And then I end up washing dishes. I can't get wet. I mean, that when I don't know if that's with you, Brett, but if you put that lotion on your hands, that tallow lotion or tallow or whatever, the water just beads up. It's like you've got that stuff you put on your windshield. It's Rain-X on your body, you know?
Yes,
Yep.
indeed. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
it just kind of beads up and comes right off.
So
At least at first it does.
good. I'm glad you cleared up the location there, Brett. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things that we use so many chemicals around us. I was watching something about a Congress, and somebody was up in front of Congress asking these congressmen they want to get rid of plastic. And the congressman said, "Okay, so when you say you want to get rid of the plastic industry, that cup you're drinking out of made out of plastic. Them shoes you wear made out of plastic. The makeup you do, and he went through this whole list to sit there and say, you just can't willy nilly say I want to throw stuff out. But the flip side of that is how much of our life is just surrounded by plastics and surrounded by chemicals, and we wonder why everybody gets sick because it can't be all of everything. I think it's so much. I mean, we're attacked on so many fronts. Our
Yeah.
body is basically just saying, I give.
Yep. Agreed.
Giving up plastic would be pretty tough. But, you know, if you look back in the 1930s, 1940s, there wasn't any plastic.
Mhm.
Everything was made out of metal or wood or leather or, you know, some type of cloth. I mean, we had Bakelite. That was the kind of the first plastic, but you know, they lived life with no plastic.
Yeah.
But an interesting aspect, something that was triggered in my brain about 2 months ago, as I looked into the microplastics thing, and they say, "Oh, we're seeing microplastic in testicles and men, and we're seeing microplastics here, and the microplastics, 10 feet at the bottom of the sea, right?" And I got to thinking to myself, what is a microplastic? Is this microplastic possibly something that's getting airtime like global cooling, global warming, ozone, right? When you look at a microplastic, it's basically a petrochemical molecule. Now, where do we find petrochemicals in our natural environment? We call those oil wells,
Mhm.
right? So my question becomes partially, um, that we need to do the same research on this that we do for carnivorous things, looking at medicines and looking at the efficacy of medicines and, doses they have a measurement where you look at statins, and you can look in the very back and it says, how many doses do you have to have if we have a positive outcome? It's ridiculously high for statins. But
Mm.
I think that there may be some people who are crying wolf on the plastics, right?
Mm.
Because they're going to make more money from the government, going to do some more studies, they're going to make a new career. They'll try to ban something because that way they can get rid of something they hate. Like, there's a lot of I like a good environment, but some environmentalists don't like us. You know what I mean?
This is very true.
So I began to wonder about this whole microplastics things from that view. And then my faith tells me something. My faith tells me that God's never surprised. He's never like, oh, wow. Right. And I match that with, there's this theory out there they call, you have a lot of DNA in your body, right? And they say a percentage of it, and I'm going to go with 93%, 96% is considered junk DNA.
Mm.
Because if you get on your Googlers and look up the junk DNA, and basically what that boils down to is they don't know what it does. They can't find a purpose for it. And so they go, and I said, well, I'll tell you what, for everybody who would like to do the end time research and stuff like that, when our DNA is 97, 98% understood, then the end times might be coming. But
Yeah.
it's not like God's all of a sudden going to be surprised. Oh, they made plastic. What am I going to do? God's got this. You know what I mean? But we always want to be worried, and we want to be in control, and we want to be out there and leading pack, and I'm like, no, I'm not like that. I don't think I have junk DNA. I just think God knows how badly we mess things up. So he has to build in redundancy.
Yeah, right.
Well, think about it. Look what we're doing. We eat poor for decades.
Uh-huh.
We do some really silly things for decades, and then we get better. Well, why do you think that can happen?
Yeah.
You got a liver that can regenerate itself.
Amazing.
Other than parts of your eyes, some nerves, and parts of your kidneys, every part of you is not what you had when you were born.
Right. Yeah.
It's so wonderful. It's so cool.
It's an amazing machine. I was just telling my family that over the weekend.
I bet you were with your dad and your dad and everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what's ahead next week? What are you gonna do this week? What's big on your agenda for this week?
So, as far as my YouTube channel is concerned, I'm doing daily videos. Ooh, every single day for the month of July, which I still haven't put out my one for today yet.
Wow.
So,
that's hard.
I'm just putting the video out that I recorded. So I'm not doing any editing or anything. I'm just recording, putting it together, and putting it out. So I told the people, I'm like, I can do it every day, but I can't edit it because it takes way too long to do the editing. So that's what I'm doing. I think I have a live stream next Saturday. Well, meeting Monday with the Fierce Felines, of course, which is Monday night at 7:00 p.m. So we'll be there. This week, we're going to be talking about 15 pitfalls to avoid on the carnivore diet on Monday night. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be interviewing somebody. I got to figure out who it is, but I'll be interviewing somebody on Saturday afternoon, 5:30 in the evening.
That's awesome. Brett, I think, had to restart. He got pulled. Well, I know that doing a video every day. So last year I did on another channel. I did the daily Bible, a daily Bible.
Nice.
And I made a commitment to read the assignment, record it, and post it to YouTube. So the 1 year Bible, chronological NIV 1 year Bible, I did every day. So when
Wow.
we were on vacation, and the wife, she was a little bit sniffed, but
Yeah.
when I went to go see my dad, I said, Dad, I gotta go backyard, I gotta record. When I did something, I'm at a hotel, well, no matter what I did it every day. I started, I want to say maybe on the 8th of January, and I
Mm-hmm.
did it every day. And then I had the people like, you gonna do it again this year? You gonna do it again? No.
No.
I mean, I'll read every day, but I'm not going to post and edit. No, that was a little harsh.
The editing editing is crazy. So I just said, you know what? I'll put it out, but I'm not going to edit it. It's going to be whatever I recorded with all of its flubs and everything. That's what you
Good
guys.
for you. That is good for you. I salute you, because that's why I like doing this live open mic night type thing. I don't
Mhm.
have to do anything. Now, I did put out a video because I had a rescue this week. Did you see my rescue video?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm
What
sorry.
you talking about?
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
The other morning, the wife tells me the next door neighbor dogs are out again. So they have the 2 huskies and 3 puppies, and they are professional escape artists. And they're running the neighborhood. My dogs, they lose their minds, and they go to the back fence, and they have fence anxiety. And I paid $1,700 to get one of my dog teeth removed. Right.
Hmm.
So when the dogs are out, we bring them in so we don't have to go through that. Right. Hour and a half later, dogs want to go back out. We have a little doggy door. We let them in and out, let them in and out. And I said, she said, hey, you think we could let them out? I said, sure, let them out. But what about the dogs? I said, well, I'll watch. And if they have an issue, I'll go out there and take care of it. We let them out. They had an issue. I had to go out there, had to take care of it. As I'm bringing the dogs in, I had to rascal that one in. When I brought them in, I heard dogs barking in the distance, and one of them was under significant distress.
Ooh.
And I've got a ditch in my back, and then farm fields, and then we have a coyote problem. So I was like, and we've had coyotes snatch people's dogs. And so I said, okay, hon, one of the dogs has got a problem. I'm gonna go out there, get dressed, get my gear. I'm gonna get a gun. I'll get a this and I'll get a that. And I said, no, I'm gonna leave the gun here because I might shoot myself, and I'm not gonna shoot a dog. And I went out there with a long walking stick, and one of the dogs came running towards me a little bit, and then it stopped and barked at me. I was like, what's up? What's up? And I'm talking all gentle to the dog, what's up? What's up? And then I kept going, and it turned and ran away. So like a little game. About 3 of these inner things, and I go, the dog is leading me. It's like something straight out of Lassie. So
Wow.
this dog was barking, but the one that was in distress was whimpering and whining. I was like, oh no, the dog fell down in the ditch and broke a leg or got impaled on a stick.
Yeah.
So I get down there and I see the dog, and I grab my camera, got some footage, and so the dog had gone up an embankment, and it was real steep. Didn't know that if it just climbed 5 feet further, it had crested the hill and be in another farm field. And it was looking down, and the other one came to get me. So, or he actually came to get any human.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in their interplay of barking, it was like, hey, don't worry about it. I got it. Someone coming. Don't worry. Who'd you get? The big guy. Oh, man, not him. Because she wasn't so sure I was the brightest bulb in the pack. So anyhow, I get there. I call my wife, so she stayed at the house. She said, you want me to go with you? No, stay at the house. And because I don't know what you're going to see. And, if I need you to do something, I don't want you to have to go to the house and come back, back and forth. So she actually went across the street. She got the neighbors. The man, Mr. Tim, he comes out with a daughter. Another one was loose. They got that one up. They came, and the red one was laying in the water, cool as a cucumber, letting a little bit of waters in the ditch run over her paws. The other one was whimpering, but I kept them right there. And I said, I'm not going to move anymore. I didn't want to freak them out. You know what I mean? I didn't want to stress them out.
Mm-hmm.
Dad came, he got down there and we got the dog, and I helped him get out. We all got out and walked away. It was all happy. So we rescued the puppy. We rescued the puppies. And I made a video about it. I had some video and I got some pictures, and it was just like, I've seen these videos on YouTube, where a moose or a deer or, save the baby, and I've never been a part of it. and I got to be a part of it this week. So
That's
that was
amazing.
pretty doggone. And then what was really amazing is one dog named Pearl. Pearl was the one who was stranded.
Okay.
The other dog's name was Sunday. All right. It was cinnamon brown colored, well, husky with white. And it's amazing that on the 4th of July, Sunday saved her sister Pearl.
Oh.
You know, there's a metaphor in there. If you look hard enough, you peel back the layers, you know what I mean? And it was pretty cool to be a part of that. And I was able, so I made that video. But just like you said, Robin, when you try to make a video every day and you try to think of a topic and then you get into editing, I don't do much in the way of editing. I'll take out a couple ums maybe, but you're going to just get it. You know, if you want professionalism, go to the guys who make $1 million a month.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm wondering why I'm hemorrhaging viewers. I got 500 I had 520 finally, but I think I'm down to 518 or 519 now. But you know, I can't, but who
Up and down all the time. It's like,
who leaves? Who leaves? What does it cost you?
yeah.
Well, I tell you the ones that leave. Do you either one of you have a Facebook account for your carnivore account?
I do.
The freaks come out. Have you noticed that?
Freaks are on Facebook.
I'm like, come on. All you got pictures of is you and caviar and $400,000 cars. You want to be on my carnivore channel? Sure. No. Goodbye. Right? I'm like, come on. They just see a big fat beat head, and I'm amazed by the people go, oh, I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend. Like, no, you got to be like 5'2" and look like a troll and have pictures of your family, and I'm all about you. You know what I mean? But you just know you're getting into something deep sometimes. But so I got my Carnivore Scott Facebook page, and I'm like, oh, really? Seriously? You want to be my friend? I don't think my family's going to approve of this. Delete.
Delete.
That's right.
All right.
I'm sure I get deleted.
Because I got my grandkids upstairs, and I brought them in, and then I came down. So I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay.
See about them.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, both of y'all. I appreciate y'all very much. I'll see you.
Yes.
Soon.
Always a pleasure, Robin. Always a pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So how about you? What you got? I know you got your big meetup coming and you're planning, but what else are you doing?
Well, I'm getting ready to make a video about it. After the Hack Your Health and meeting, Bella from the Steak and Butter Gang, Steak and Butter Gal, and all the coaches, I joined the Steak and Butter Gang.
Right.
Started doing that about a month ago. So that's been new. I joined a gym in my second week of working out and lifting weights and trying to, get some of my strength back. I feel like I've lost probably over the last 10 years. I've lost quite a bit of strength.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah. So just want to try to, get some of my strength back and I've got meetups coming. Things are looking good in the carnivore world. Things are going along just fine. And I tell you what, I really enjoy being in the Steak and Butter Gang. I'm really enjoying it.
I gotta tell you,
great community over there.
I joined Dr. Barry's community, right?
Yeah.
And it's good, and they have a lot of good stuff going on there. I'm trying to get a veteran group in there, you know what I mean? But I may investigate something else, but I'm not going to do a lot of them simultaneously, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the whole idea being is the focus has to be on the health stuff versus the YouTube stuff. I think the YouTube stuff is important, but I think the health is the most important. Now, at your gym, are you getting the advantage of anybody like a personal trainer there, or are you just going and doing?
No, I'm just going and doing it. If I feel like I need one, I mean, I'm no stranger to the gym. I just haven't been in a long, long time. So just
Yeah.
starting off slow, you know, doing a little arm, do a little leg, do a little arm, do a little leg, and a couple sets of each, not too heavy. Just kind of working my way back into it. Figure I'd
Good.
probably do that for a couple months, and then, I'll start increasing the weight. And, you know, I just want to kind of lean out a little more. I don't really want to bulk up.
Sure.
I'm not going to be a Dr. Baker. You know, I don't, that's not my thing. I just, gonna kind of get lean and mean.
I want to be like one of them underwear models, real thin with the muscles all sculpted, but that's never going to happen. Um, but the reason I brought it up is when I went to work, I was working at a large military agency here locally, and they had they had a gym in the building, one of the 5 buildings. And I started out and I did something silly. I said, you should be able to deadlift your body weight. I mean, that used to be the axiom. If you can't deadlift your body weight, don't be in our gym. Right.
Mm.
So I did a couple of days, maybe a week or so of lifting and doing. It felt pretty good. And so I put 310 pounds on the bar and did a deadlift. And I picked it up a couple of times. It worked, right? It was chunking. But I had pain in my backside and my hip, and it got pretty bad. And I went to a doctor, and I had torn one of the muscles back there, not the piriform, but one of the gluteus medius. And
Ooh.
and so the idea there being is, I found out. I said, well, why did I hurt like that, doc? I mean, come on, And he's like, you're 60 years old or almost 60 years old at this time, and what happens is your muscles will be much stronger than your tendons. So you really have to are you seriously putting 15-pound dumbbells in my arms, in my hands? 15 pounds? I should throw it at you, right? But it's the idea of you got to work and get the tendons and the ligaments and the joints
Mm-hmm.
ready for the muscles will fire up and do what they need to do, irrespective of the stability of your joint. And then you end up all broken. And I see CB Carmack down here making a comment about Dr. Beast Baker. I've been watching his videos where he's doing plyometrics and pushing the sled and doing 420 pounds for 20 lifts. I'm like, all right, dude, seriously. But I mean, he holds world records, doesn't he, for sprint rowing?
For rowing, I think.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess
Yeah,
you
I
do it.
think maybe being carnivore the last year, I'm sure, my joints are better than they have been in a long time. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier to get over a strained muscle than a damaged ligament or a tendon.
Yep,
They
yep, yep.
heal a lot slower
Yes,
than
they do.
muscles do. So yeah, I'm taking it easy. I'm not
Good.
overdoing it. So
I want to try sprinting. I just want to do sprinting, right? But what I need to do is because Dr. Sean Omar talks about sprinting, and I got to thinking about it. I remember when I was in the military 20 years ago, I used to get away with a really poor. You know how they say you can't out exercise a bad diet?
yeah,
Well, I don't know. I was able to stay in military regs, albeit not great, but I stayed there. But I played full court pickup basketball every day at lunch for 90 minutes almost. That's a lot of sprinting up and down the court, right?
yep.
And so I that's what I really want to try to incorporate, but I don't think I can start it at 290 pounds. I think the jiggling, I'd have to get a bra and a girdle because I'm just not going to, I'm just not going to do it. I mean, I'm sorry to put that image in your head, but
Get the man's ear.
well, moobs. I think that's
Yeah,
what Todd calls them, moobs.
yeah, moves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not pretty. But I think the idea being though is I've noticed now I've been on about 120 days now this go round about 120 days, and this is where I'll fall off. If I'm going to fall off, this is where I'll fall off because it's where I fell off last time. And I got to be honest, noticed, like, it's funny. I put a suit coat on today. I had to go to a funeral. And when I put this coat on, I noticed that the belly wasn't overly large. When I went to a funeral back in December, I couldn't barely button it, right? And I can move it over, so the belly's coming down a bit. But what I really noticed is my upper chest area has really lost a lot of body fat, and my legs. My wife says, "Wow, your legs, you have knees." I'm like, "Thanks." But so I think from the extremities, so from the top and from the bottom, and all this extra visceral fat, it's just going to take a year, and then
Yeah.
maybe I'll graduate to a dad bod in a year. Hey, I'll take it. I'll be 62 next month. I'll take a dad bod.
Yeah. I have a master's in dad bod. So yeah, I'd like to do sprints, but I've never been much of a runner. But I do really enjoy swimming. I was on the swim team in high school, and the gym that I joined, they have a pool for lap swimming. So I'm gonna try getting back in the pool and doing some swimming. I've always been a really strong swimmer, so even now I'm like I've always felt very, very comfortable in the water. So I'm gonna try doing some. They have clocks like on both ends with timers.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can sprint to one end and then watch for, 30 seconds or a minute or whatever to get your breath, and then sprint to the other end and then wait and sprint back and, get to doing some of that. I think that would be as much of a hit exercise as running sprints.
Now, I used to also like to play racquetball, and that's a lot of sprinting.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Especially when you're not good. When you're good, you don't move at all. You make the other guy move. But when you're not good, you're going all over. So I like playing basketball. I like doing racquetball. I'm not a big fan of just running for the sake of running. So I think what I'll do is I'll just have to find some ways to do it. And then I had a video out recently where I was doing some suitcase carries with a bucket. So I didn't have to use any. I mean, fill the bucket with water. You can walk, 20 yards or 10 or 15 yards with it. You know what I mean? That's a great little exercise too. So
they call that farmer lifting.
Farmer carry. Thank you.
Farmer carries. Yeah.
Or suitcase. We call it suitcase carry or the farmer carrier, and that's really good for almost everything, right? Between that and squats and pull-ups, and some planks. And I'm fighting the urge to join a gym, because I spend money, I don't go often enough, and I find excuses to not do it, right? And I said, then don't. I've joined the gym twice and dropped out because I was like, it's $40 a month. Okay, I can do it, but I do it for the social part, and I gotta not let that be the purpose, so to speak.
Yeah. I've got weights and a curl bar right over there, but I never use them. And now that I figured if I join the gym, I'll go and I'll actually do it.
Cool.
And they were running a special for $25 a month, and no startup fee or anything. So, what the heck?
Heck yeah! Hey, Lisa, we do have a saltwater pool here and everything, but due to financial constriction or restriction or constriction, when we built the pool, we had a 32-foot pool put in, and for my wife, that's plenty enough exercise, but for me, that's not enough because I can when I reach up, I can touch 8 feet. I can grab a bottom of a basketball net. I got the really long orangutan arms, so push off the wall and 6 strokes, and I'm across the pool. That's not much of a, but I put a 20-pound last year. I was putting my 20-pound vest on, and so what I do is I swim the length of the pool on one breath. Going 32 feet on one breath with 20 pounds of sand on your back, that's a workout. So I'm going to get back to, in other words, if I can't go long enough to get a sprint, to get that exercise, I can go heavy enough, right? And with your dumbbell set, or with you, do you have a dumbbells or is it plates?
I got plates,
Well, do you have a bucket around the house?
bucket. Yeah.
Well, put the plate in a bucket and walk up and down your driveway, holding yourself right and sucking your gut in, doing that farmer carry, and you'll work all the upper body, all your core, your stabilizers, your hip
Hmm.
flexors, your legs. So that's what I did. I just put my dumbbells in a bucket and carried them, you know.
Hmm.
So I mean, but you go to the gym anyway, so you flipping tires and climbing ropes, you're doing that ninja stuff probably, right?
No, I'm just using the machines, taking it easy.
There you
But
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
I saw Rick's comment. Yeah, for Rick, yes, chasing iguanas counts as sprinting. They can be fast little buggers.
Well, I think Rick probably just reaches up in the tree and pulls them out, or he shakes the tree and then go collects little coconuts on the ground. You know what I mean? Rick's a Rick's a tall fella and strong fella, so yeah. So yeah, amazing walk in the. Oh, hey, Lucia, how are you? Good to see you. Been a minute since I've seen you. I hope you're doing well. By the way, how did 4th of July go for all y'all? Did anybody do fireworks? I still have 9.5 digits. I didn't do any digits. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, we went to a couple shows. Took the kids to a show on the 4th, and then we went to one last night too. There, church had one, so we went
Mhm.
to that one and just let the kids do some shower fountain things and
Right.
nothing big. But
So no one tried to
yeah,
hold one in their mouth and light it or anything like that? Good.
no craziness, no craziness.
I tell you,
Yeah.
we
We
watched it
had
in front of
beautiful
the
weather for it too. Beautiful weather.
yeah. We watched it out front, and, so my wife loves fireworks, and I like them too, trust me, I used to spend a bunch of money and do it, and of course, in the military, we got really big fireworks, so those were always cool, but,
Yeah.
um I mean, if you want a firework that'll move you, be in a 155 or something like that when that's off, you'll feel it. But, I used to love
Shoot
it,
'em
but
all
anymore,
deuce.
I, then we started going to watch them, and we go to places like St. Louis puts on an awesome one at the Arch, right? They'll do it for a couple nights, and they do it off of barges, and it's beautiful. But then eventually I got tired of, well, we went there, we were there all day, got hot, spent a bunch of money, and then had to be around a bunch of people. I'm not really big on that. And then we had to get in our cars and then drive home for 3 hours. That's normally a 20-minute drive.
Oh,
And I stopped doing that. Hey, Carnivore Kip, how you doing, brother? Good to see you here.
yeah, I saw
So
Kip jumped in.
yeah, we just went out on the porch, watched the ones with all the neighbors. See, where I live here in Huntsville, if you can't help but hit if you swing a rope, you'll hit 10 engineers. You know what I mean? Here, rocket scientists. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
a bunch of them. So they get paid well. So we just watch them do their private ones until the mosquitoes start eating us, and then back in the house. Oh, Troy put one on you in Mexico. Quiet there. Okay. Cool. Cool. Kip,
Todd
I
Bachkus
bet you
put
drilled,
on
huh?
Todd Bachkus put on a big fireworks
Mhm.
show at his place and did a video on it. He actually sells fireworks as like a little side business.
Mhm.
Montana allows it for a certain amount of weeks during the year, and then they
Right.
said they do like a big party and a huge fireworks show, and he had it on his channel. You could see it pretty well. Look, um, but yeah, I would have been able to love to go to Bozeman, Montana, and see his show.
Yeah, our church used to do one every year, and they get about they said anywhere from 18 to 22,000 people would show up for it here in North Alabama. It's a big show, but they stopped doing that, and I'm glad because I didn't want to have to work that because pretty much always hot and muggy and lots of mosquitoes here. But
Yeah,
yeah, I know that about the fireworks thing, and back when I was in office, I would get a really good deal on fireworks. I'd go to the local fireworks guy, and he was a local elected official, and I got a great deal on fireworks. Now I paid for them, but I think I got them maybe a little below cost. So I'd have like a wheelbarrow full of fireworks. But I always thought about getting like maybe a license to do fireworks. You know, but the
Yep.
liability is too high. I said, nah, I'm not gonna do that. What does Kip have here? My mama request. Oh, that's right. I saw your video on that, brother.
Yeah, he
You
smoked two
smoked
of them.
like a 17-pound turkey, one of them, and one of them was a little bigger than you like. One you got 12-pound or 17-pound. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
smoked turkey's great. Probably for the last 3 or 4 Thanksgivings and Christmases, I've smoked a turkey on mine, but I spatchcock mine. Um,
Huh.
if you
Well,
don't know what that is, you basically you take shears while the turkey's still raw, and you cut the
oh, I
spine
do
out of
know.
it,
Yeah,
and then you split the breast so they both lay out flat.
right.
And you put your seasonings on and your injections and smoke it that way, and it makes just the most phenomenal turkey, better than any deep fried turkey I've ever had. Um, it's just awesome. The Kips look like they turned out perfect. They look great, really good.
Yeah, I know my dad used to do a couple turkeys every year, and all that, and I think he ended up adding a little more smoke to it than I liked, but it was dad's thing, and you just went with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I just know that, and I have a smoker, and I was looking at it. I've been looking pretty hard at it for about the last 6 months. It's an electric smoker. It's a cabinet, and I pulled it
Oh,
apart when I moved here, and I haven't used it in probably. Well, I've lived here about 5 years, so about 5 years. Um, because it's just me and the wife. I'm not going to do a whole bunch. You know what I mean? And now I've got that Ninja grill. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty lazy. I don't like being in the heat.
my first smoker was one of those electric cabinet smokers, and it made surprisingly decent smoked meat. Um, there's no reason why you couldn't throw a couple steaks in there and smoke a couple steaks before you grill them. Um, maybe smoke them in that and then throw them on the Ninja Grill and get the Ninja Grill hot. Um, but yeah, saw Kip's comment there. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's something, and it burns wood chips and it gets a smoke on the meat. And I smoked chicken in mine. I think I even smoked a big pork butt one time for pulled pork. And I mean, the smoked meat I make now on Big Joe is better, but you know, but the electric smoker, I mean, you can do some stuff with it,
You
and you
think
can smoke cheese in it too because you can control how hot it gets.
yes, and I
You can
did
keep
do
that
that.
temperature real low. You can
Hmm.
smoke salmon and smoke cheese in them.
See, I did that. I tell you what, I did smoke one time, and it was an absolute failure, and that was eggplant.
Ugh.
I just said I'm gonna try it. I like eggplant in a Greek dish called moussaka. So anywhere you go in the world, right, you're pretty much going to find that a cultural uh, deep dish where you would use a vegetable and or breading and a little bit of meat and some cheese. You get lasagna in Italy, moussaka in Greece, stuff like that. So wherever you go, they're going to have something. You could call it tamale pie if you're going to the Tex-Mex. Wherever you go, somebody's got a baked dish, and maybe they use cabbage or whatever the local thing is, holopkis, or something my grandma used to make, spiced hamburger meat with rice wrapped in cabbage leaves that were steamed, and you probably serve it like with sauerkraut or something. But the whole idea is you could take a smoker, as long as you control the temperature and you put a little smoke in there, come on. In professional chef kitchens, they'll have little smokers, or they'll put a little bit of wood chip in a foil thing in the back of an oven, of a convection oven.
Sure.
So I know you guys like your grills. I know it makes good food. I know there's some a benefit from the temperatures and the way the temperature's made. But when you're like a guy like me, I used to eat food out of a bag, MREs. Um, I'm not. I don't have a what do you call it? A discrete palate.
Yep. Thanks for
All
stopping
right.
by, Kip.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, we've been on about a minute, about hour 49. I tell you what I would do. You can't buy a wrong one, Lisa. You really can't. What you can do is you can spend a lot of money on buying one that's either too complicated, in my opinion. You can buy and spend a lot of money on something too complicated. Those pellet grills are good, but they get bound up. They're challenging with those too. And if
You
you
got to
haven't
take
done a
them
lot of
apart and clean them too.
Yeah. And if you
Gotta
don't
clean
know a
'em.
lot about how to smoke food, you may find after about 10 or 15 meals, you're like, I'm kind of over it. You know what I mean? So go in. I know Kip would probably get mad at me, but go in at a price point where it doesn't hurt you, or go to Facebook Marketplace and get one from someone else and clean it up real good and do that. But I used to have an offset smoker. I've done a couple different ones. I liked it, but for the amount of meat I cooked and for the amount of things I do anymore, I'm good with I've got a Weber grill. I've got a griddle. I've got the inside grill. And I got the smoker if I needed it. And I got pans. I have pots and pans. They work really well too. I have an oven.
You can actually smoke some in that Weber grill.
Oh yeah, I've done
A
it.
big Weber kettle. You can smoke in those too.
No, Lisa, you can definitely smoke burgers. If you watch what Kip does, he's got a
Yep.
couple videos where he does, but you can take a burger. The thing about the smoking part, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the smoke imparts a flavor and a texture based on the meat and the temperature. So a lot of people, like Brett said, you can put a steak in there, run it kind of cool, some light smoke for an hour or so, then put it on your hot grill. You're gonna get the grill. You're gonna get the smoke. You can get the char. I mean, it's like some smoked food, like smoked fish. The texture can be pretty challenging in my book. You know what I mean? I want my fish to be flaky, not mushy, not what do you call it? Stretchy. I don't know what the right word is.
Rubbery.
Yeah, rubbery. Thank you. Yeah, there are drum ones out there. You can spend 400 for a Oklahoma Joe or something like that. What do they call those?
Yeah. Yeah. Charbroiler makes one. Oklahoma Joe makes one. It's kind of your basic ones. Hey,
Hey,
Susan.
Susan, good to see you. Hey, Jinx, you owe me a rib.
Anytime. Coconut husk smoked brisket. Never did that.
Okay, Rick. How much do you weld? Are you a underwater welder or aluminum welder or just a stick welder? Yep. Okay. Of course you weld. Yeah, of course you would. You have to. You need to.
Rick is a man of many talents.
Yes, he is. Now I do the casting of the metal. I like to every once in a while play around and smelt out aluminum cans and stuff like that. And I also do some silver smithing, so I melt and cast for rings and stuff like that. But it's a fun little hobby I have. Deep fry fish and tallow, yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah, welding in a junkyard in paradise. I agree. Oh, you stick, MIG, TIG, but never underwater. Okay, coolio. Johnny's in here. Are you coming to the meetup in Charlotte next month? Oh, that'd be a nice one to go to.
Yeah, there's one in Charlotte. Are you, Johnny, talking about the one September 21st? Kelly Hogan is having a meetup there in Charlotte.
I bet you that gets well attended.
She's gonna be there. I don't know if it's actually her meetup. I saw it, I think on Facebook. But yeah, she's going to be there in Charlotte, September 21st. So It's right on my anniversary. So I asked my wife if she wanted to go to Charlotte for anniversary. She's like, "What's there to do in Charlotte?" And I'm like, "Well,
Well, it's funny you should say that. So
funny.
today, yeah, well, good luck on getting that one passed. Today,
Yeah, we'll
I
see."
yeah, I did a project. I built a riser for my desk. So because I have 3 monitors and I have all this stuff, right? But anyway, in my process of doing that, right, I came across I'm a pack rat. I'll admit that. Um, I came across some stuff, and one of the things I came across I'm not seeing right now is a information Dr. Barry is having an event.
Are you
Did
talking
you know about
about the low carb conference? Low
I
carb for better health on August 23rd, 24th.
is it August 23rd, 24th? I thought it was in September. It's
The
up
low
in the
carb
hills. Yeah,
conference is
it's in
coming
a
up in a couple weeks.
it's in a resort there in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be next year in May. There's going to be one
Yeah.
in Gatlinburg.
No, that's not it's coming up. And now I'm gonna be mad because I
Oh,
moved a piece of paper and now
yeah.
that I've moved my paper, I gotta find my stash, man.
I think you are talking about the low carb conference, low carb for better health. It's August 23rd and 24th.
Yes. And it's like $89 for the event, right? So I'm thinking about that.
Not bad at all.
But then I looked at if you want to go to the dinner the night before, it's 132 and per person. And then if you want to stay they got at the lodge, which I looked into doing, right? Basically $200 a night. So if you stay one night, that's $200. You go to I told the wife if she'd like to go. That's why I'm going. I did the same thing you did. And I said, honey, because I'm not a big vacation taker. We just came back from Gatlinburg, but I'm not a big vacation taker, right? And I said, so for $220, we can go to dinner each. So like $440 plus another, $200 is 600. So I said, honey, would you like to go out to dinner? It's a little expensive. It might cost us about $700-800, but would you like to go out to dinner overnight at a resort? She said yes. But
Oh,
I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet, because
oh.
I'm I don't know. I'm cheap. I guess I'm a bad man.
Well, sometimes you got to take the wife out. Well, and if you look at it this way, it's a tax write-off on your YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel isn't a business yet. I don't make any money.
You don't have to.
Oh. Well, I've been thinking about exploring that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, explore it. Because it'd be a business trip. It would be technically you're going to a business conference for your channel.
right. What I need to do is get 4,000 hours and maintain 500 plus people, and then I'll call it a real business. But
yeah, I'm getting close. I think I'm about 500 hours away from hitting 3,000 hours.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it's slowly happening.
But you can get super chats now.
After I get 3,000 hours.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. Oh, that's right. That's right.
3,000 for super stickers and super chats, and then 4,000 hours to unlock the advertising stuff.
Right. Well, you know what I did? I just got a job and that took care of things. But anyhow, hey, look, we're closing up here on about 2 hours. What do you all think about doing any more? Because we're coming 10 o'clock at night and a full day. So I'll probably have to oh, champ, you got your first check last week, Johnny. I'm glad for you, brother. I know, gotta help. I know that you're in between. That's good, Hey, Brett, up late, huh? Andy?
Yeah. Hey, Andy Ty, he's a local here.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
He lives probably 15 minutes from me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, Lisa was asking if the event we were talking about is the one in Louisville. That's Keto Palooza, and that's in October. That's the one in Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, my daughter doesn't live too far from there, so maybe I can squeeze something in there. There's a lot of different things going on, and like Lucia said, getting a job and making money. I mean, if you're not going to pour a lot of time, or if you're not, I mean, let's face it. Not everybody is cut out to be a YouTube influencer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work. And you heard Robin talking about, you get a little stressed checking your channel. You wake up in the morning, you're looking at things. I had to deal with my first negative comment, and it wasn't even me. It was about Kip, right? I was like, dude, I have thick skin, but I was like, I wish some of these people would say something like that to my face. I mean, I get them a step stool so they could get up there, but I'm like, dude, really? Yeah, you're one of them keyboard warriors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I go, I don't care. So, hey, Johnny, I think that's a good idea for me. I think I should give myself the hook and get out of here. But I do recommend everybody make sure, if you're not following everybody else here, follow them. If you're not following my channel, I'd appreciate it if you did. And follow, and definitely follow Brett, right? Get your Meat Locker thing going on. It sounds like everybody is. Be safe this week. If everybody ended the week with the same amount of digits they entered the week, that's good. I know for an insurance guy, he's real happy about that too. And by the way, we're not anywhere on that insurance thing yet. But I tell you, it's a great time to be alive, don't you think?
It is.
It is. It's a really good time to be alive. And I think that we need to have some more fun, Lisa. We need to make sure that the things we're doing in our life, we understand why we're doing them instead of being drugged through them, And with that, I'm going to let you go. Again, Brett, thank you for jumping in here and helping this go on as long as it is. Picking up 2 more view hours for 10 people. That's how you build it, right?
That's how you do it.
All right, my friend.
Absolutely.
Hey, everybody. I appreciate you all. Any last words there, Brett?
No, just, make sure, if you want to go to a meetup, look around, get on Facebook and check around. I think there's a couple other websites that list meetups. I'm drawing a blank on.
Well, now don't tease me like that and say there's a list and then not be able to provide it. Come on, man.
Sorry about that.
This isn't a presidential debate. You need to come prepared. Right. So, but all that being said, that would be good. I know that people have talked about having some type of repository that we could get to find out. That'd be great. But I appreciate you, buddy.
Find carnivores near you and get together and have meals and meetups and make plans and do things, and
maybe make a friend.
Make a friend. You'll be glad you did.
All right, now you take care of yourself.
All right, buddy.
Prayers and blessings for all y'all. We're out.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take it easy.